Hello guys, welcome back to Chris Poly channel. This video I want to share about detail info for Drakania skill. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, before I show you this new class, I want to tell you about how I can get this new class access from Global Lab server. Actually, you can access this notice on official website for Global Lab server information regarding the Black Desert Global Lab server, because at this time they give early promotion for Mountain of Eternal Winter and upcoming new class for their official media partner and content creator worldwide on Global Lab server. And because of this, access to Black Desert Global Lab is not open to public for a while. And if you still want to access Black Desert Global Lab, you can go to Asia server, but for new region and new class content will unavailable on this Global Lab Asia server, and they will open Global Lab server access at 6 April 2022 for public. And because Chris Poly channel is official content creator from SEA server, I hope this info will clarify where I got this access for this new class and Mountain of Eternal Winter content before this content release on our live server. Okay, this is new class for test purpose. First, I will show you for her status. Actually, she have attack speed for her status, so even her mechanic mostly have charge skill. She didn't categorize as casting speed, but instead that they have attack speed status. So you can prepare any attack speed crystal to play her. And then before I go to her skill, I want to show you the skill gauge. Actually, there are two type of skill gauge for her skill. And if you watch my previous video about skill mechanic league that I show you two skill gauge for her, actually these two skill gauge is same gauge, just different appearance. You can access two type of these gauge by pressing escape, and on new menu you just go to edit user interface. If you check this costume HP bar and save it, you will see this skill gauge will become another type. So actually this is same skill gauge, just different appearance. And I need to info you this user interface to make sure you didn't confuse when you see your gauge bar different than other else. But I think I will use this gauge bar because this is more easy to see this gauge bar 100%. And to use this gauge bar, you didn't need to reach 100% because you can consume this shard iron gauge bar when using some skill to unleash some skill potential damage without charging. But if you charge some skill that consume this iron shard gauge, you will not consume this iron shard gauge when unleash those specific skill. Okay, next I will show you her skill, and as you can see this is her main skill and also her succession skill. And to learn all Drakania skill until her succession, you need 1770 skill point. And then to differentiate her normal skill with succession skill, same as another class, for succession skill, its skill will have prime name at starting for its skill name. Okay, without wait any longer, I will show you one by one all her skill, including all her passive skill. And as you can see, this is image for all skill that she have on this video description. You can download it for yourself for her skill tree. Okay, first skill is Slayer Training. Actually, this is just normal attack for her that you can use it by left click your mouse or press left click while moving. And by using this normal attack, you will recover 10 point combat resource per hit. And also this normal attack can push target on hit but on PvE only. Okay, next skill is Skewer. You can unleash this skill by right click mouse button, and also you can use this Skewer skill on quick slot. And when you using this skill, your target will got knockback on hit, and you can use this skill even in cooldown. And this skill have cooldown for second to get critical hit rate and full damage, but you also can use this skill while still in cooldown. And for prime version for this Skewer skill, when you using this skill while not in cooldown, you will get some buff all accuracy rate plus 9% for 10 seconds. Okay, next skill is Flow Bridge Split. Actually this is flow skill for Skewer. You can unleash this skill by keep holding right mouse button after doing Skewer skill, and this skill will give target floating on hit when not in cooldown. Okay, next skill is Omni Slash. You can unleash this skill by pressing backward and left mouse button. And if you hold left mouse button after perform this skill, you can perform extra attack, and you can put this skill on quick slot. And after you using this skill, you will get all evasion rate plus 9% for 10 seconds and will recover your combat resource 5 point per hit. And you can knock down target on the third attack when using this skill. For prime version for this Omni Slash, this is just will give you additional more damage than normal skill. Okay, next skill is Ember. You can unleash this skill by pressing F, and this skill have 3-second cooldown and cannot be used during cooldown. And after using this skill, your character will get additional buff all AP plus 20 point for 10 seconds and have chance to feel Ion Shard energy. And for the second hit will give target down smash attack. And for prime version, this is just will give you additional more damage than normal skill. Okay, next skill is Azure Onslaught. You can unleash this skill by pressing E when moving forward, but be noticed on this Global Lab server, this skill description have wrong to unleash this skill, and you can put this skill on quick slot. This skill have cooldown for second, and you cannot use it during cooldown, and this skill will recover your combat source 40 point per hit and will give you super armor and knock down target on hit. Okay, next skill is Dragon Maw. You can unleash this skill by pressing F when moving backward, and this skill have cooldown X second, and we cannot use this skill during cooldown. And this skill will give target floating on first hit, and for the second hit will give target down attack. Okay, next skill is Marktanan Breath. Actually, this is long range skill for Dracania class. You can unleash this skill by pressing E while moving backward, and you can put this skill on quick slot, and this skill have cooldown 7 seconds, and we cannot use this skill during cooldown. When target got hit by this skill, target will get debuff all DP minus 20 point for 10 seconds, and will give target down attack. But be careful when you using this skill, because if you target your cursor too far, this skill will cancel and cannot hit the target. Okay, next skill is Brimbolt Trace. You can unleash this skill by right click mouse button while moving forward, and you can use this skill on quick slot. When you hit target using this skill, this is will absorb target combat source 10 point per hit and will recharge your Ion Shard gauge. And when you using this skill, you will get forward guard and will knock down target monster for PvE only. For prime version for this Brimbolt Trace, this is will give additional more damage and also more absorption for target combat source and recharge more Ion Shard gauge for your character. Okay, next skill is Blazing Strike. Actually, this skill also Black Spirit Red skill for 200%. You can unleash this skill by pressing right mouse button while moving backward, and you also can use this skill on quick slot. And when you using this skill normally, you will recover 50 HP per hit and will give you forward guard when using this skill, and will give target bone attack when hit, but only for PvE. And for her 200 Black Spirit Reds, when you success to activate this ultimate skill, she will get some buff, all AP plus 50 point, and attack speed plus 40% for 60 seconds. And when she unleash this ultimate skill, she will got invisible, will become thunder, and got super armor when landing. And target who got hit by this ultimate skill will get floating on second hit and got knocked down on last hit. And this ultimate 200% Black Spirit Red skill will give maximum damage to target when got hit, and also will dismount any target if target mount to any mount like horse, donkey, camel, or any land mount. But be noticed this 200 Black Spirit Reds, same as another class, will have cooldown 30 minutes after you use it. And for prime version for this Blazing Strike will give additional more damage and also increase attack area when Ion Shard gauge reach maximum. And for prime version for this ultimate skill for 200% Black Spirit Reds will give additional recharge for your Ion Shard gauge. Okay, next skill is Marktanan Flourish. Actually, this is another ultimate skill for her 100% Black Spirit Rage. For normal skill Marktanan Flourish, to unleash this skill you need to press shift and left mouse button, and you can press left mouse button to do recharge for this skill. And when you recharge this skill, your character will get super armor. And when unleash this skill also will absorb target combat source minus 25 point for certain period of time when charging, and also will give target floating for first attack, but this is for PvE only, and also down attack for the second hit. And when you unleash this skill while your Black Spirit Rage reach 100%, you will unleash her ultimate skill that will give your character some buff, all AP plus 30 point, and attack speed plus 25% for 60 seconds after using this skill. And target who got this ultimate 100% Black Spirit Rage skill will got floating, air attack, and down attack at the same time, and also will dismount any target who still mounted on any mount. Actually, this is epic animation for this skill when you unleash her ultimate 100% Black Spirit skill, because you will see some dragon shadow flying on target, but when I look above, I cannot see any dragon after doing this animation. Okay, for prime version for this skill, actually this is just will give you additional more damage either while charging or unleash her skill. Okay, next skill is F is Great. You can unleash this skill by pressing shift plus F. and you can charge this skill by holding F button, and this skill have cooldown 10 seconds, and we cannot use this skill while in cooldown. Actually, this is stabbing skill that will hit target in front of her from some distance. And when you using this skill, you will get forward guard for your character and will give target knockback when got stabbed by this skill, but for PvE only. And for prime version for this Abyss Crit skill, this is just will give you additional more damage and also more damage when charging. Okay, next skill is Brimbolt Strike. You can unleash this skill by pressing shift and right mouse button, and you also can charge this skill by pressing right mouse button. If you charge this skill, you will give extra hit to target opponent, maximum 4 hit, and also when you charging, as always, you will get super armor, and when target got hit by this skill, your target will bound, but this is for PvE only. And for prime version for this skill, actually this is just will give you additional more damage than normal skill, either PvE and PvP. Okay, next skill is Flow skill from Brimbolt Strike called Flow Brimbolt Wave. You can unleash this skill by click left mouse button after using Brimbolt Strike, and this flow skill will give additional hit if you charging your Brimbolt Strike before. And when jumping using this flow Brimbolt Wave, your character will get super armor and will give target bound, but for PvE only. And next skill is Mark Tanan skill. Actually, this is large area of effect skill that you can unleash this skill by pressing Shift Q, and you can cancel this skill by moving backward or pressing E, and you can put this skill on quick slot, but this skill have long cooldown for 50 seconds after you use it, and you cannot use this skill during cooldown. And when you activate this skill, you will unleash some area of effect damage, but only 10 target can get hit by this skill, and your character will get damage reduction rate plus 30% for 5 seconds during unleash this skill. And meanwhile that, target opponent will got reduce its combat source minus 25 point for certain period of time during this skill active. And when this skill active, your character will got super armor. Prime version for this Mark Tanan skill, this is just will give you additional more damage than normal skill. And next skill is Mark Tanan Dominion. Actually, this is another large area of effect skill that you can unleash this skill by pressing Shift E, and you can use this skill on quick slot. And when you using this skill, your character will have super armor and will vacuum monster to inner circle, and also knockback target if the target got hit in inner circle, and also will stun target on outer circle, but all the CC attribute only apply for PvE only. And for prime version for this skill, just will give you additional more damage than normal skill. Okay, next skill is Prime Dragon Fury. Actually, this is special skill for her succession that you only can get this skill if you already finish succession questline and activate her succession skill set. And actually, this is looks like e buff for her succession. And to unleash this skill, you need to use quick slot that will give your character some buff, all AP plus 30 point, all accuracy and attack speed plus 15% for 30 seconds after using this skill. And when you using this skill, you will get super armor. And you notice this skill have cooldown 3 minutes, and during this cooldown, you cannot use this skill. Okay, that's all for her main skill. And now I will show you any skill for her secondary skill. Okay, first skill is Scale Bastion. Actually, this is blocking skill. You can activate this skill by pressing Q. And when you activate this skill, your character will get forward guard and will get additional buff, all DP plus 20 point for 20 seconds. And when you success to block any hit, your character will get combat source recovery for 150 point. But you cannot move while blocking using this skill. Okay, next skill is Dragon Walk. And for this Dragon Walk, actually this is evasion skill for Drakania that you can activate it by pressing left, right or backward movement key and press shift. She will get super armor and will pass through any monster or player. But be notice this skill have cooldown 3 seconds and cannot be used during cooldown. Okay, next skill is Abyssal Fang. Actually, this is combo skill that you can unleash it by pressing E after using other skill. And as you can see, your Drakania will stabbing using her sub weapon to unleash this skill. But be notice this skill have cooldown for 5 seconds, but you still can use this skill during cooldown. And when you using this skill while not in cooldown, you will absorb combat source 15 point from target to your character, and also will give target stiffness. And prime version for this skill will give you additional more damage more absorption combat source, and will recharge your Ion Shard Gauge. Okay, next skill is Refraction. Actually, this is sliding skill for Drakania. You can using this skill by moving left and right and then press right mouse button, and your character will got invisible and will pass through anybody while using this skill. And this Refraction skill have combo with another skill, Soaring Assault. You can activate the Soaring Assault by click left mouse button during sliding using Refraction skill, and this is will give your character super armor when leaping and will give target knockdown on first hit, but this is only for PvE only. And next skill is Dragon Advance. Actually, to unleash this skill on Global Lab server, the skill description have wrong, because to unleash this skill you need to move forward and then pressing F, not E button. And actually this is another charging skill for her. When you activate this skill, your Drakania will start running forward to charging your opponent, and when this skill active, your character will get super armor and will get movement speed plus 10% for 5 seconds after using this skill. And this skill have some combo with another skill using this Flow Marktanen Wing. Actually this is dashing skill for Drakania, and you can use this skill by pressing space when leaping forward during Dragon Advance, Refraction, or Dragon Walk. And also you can use this skill by pressing space while charging your Iron Shard Gauge when try to unleash Brimbolt Strike, Abyss Grip, and Marktanen Flourish. Actually this is escape skill that will give your character super armor and will pass through anybody while activate this skill not in cooldown. But when this skill in cooldown for 8 seconds, your movement distance will reduce. Okay, another combo for this flow skill is offensive skill. You can unleash this skill by left click mouse button while using Dragon Advance or Marktanen Wing skill, and this skill have cooldown 5 seconds, and you cannot use this skill during cooldown. And when you using this skill, your character will get super armor and will knock down target on hit, but for PvE only. Okay, that's all any secondary skill for this Drakania. And next for her passive skill. Actually Drakania have so much passive skill to boost her status. First passive skill is Marktanen Rattle. You can level up this skill until level 20. That will give you additional status all AP plus 1 and critical hit damage plus 0.5% for its skill level. And next passive skill is Marktanen Heart. Actually this passive skill to recover HP for your Drakania character when this Drakania HP below 50%. And you can get this recovery HP 5% while doing charging for Iron Shard when using some skill. And this Marktanen Heart passive skill will give your Drakania very tanky. Okay, if you activate her succession skill set, you also can learn additional 3 passive skill. First passive skill is Prime Bloodthirsty. Actually this passive skill to maintain your Ion Shard Gauge, and if you have this passive skill, you will not consume your Ion Shard Gauge when fully charging your skill. So this is will give you to maintain your Ion Shard Gauge keep full when you using some combo. Okay, next passive skill is Prime Dragonborn Constitution. Actually when you get this passive skill, your Drakania character will immune to any debuff to reduce movement, attack, and casting speed when charging Ion Shard Gauge. Okay, next skill is Prime Cinder. You can level up this skill until level 5 and will give your Drakania maximum HP plus 40 point and all accuracy plus 1% for its skill level. So by learning this skill, this is will give your Drakania more tanky with her maximum HP. Okay, that's all skill for Drakania class, for her main skill and her succession. And next about her skill add-ons. Same as other class, you can choose some skill to add some skill add-ons. And for Drakania class, you can choose Marktanen Dominion skill, Flow Marktanen Claw, Blazing Strike, Brimbolt Strike, Marktanen Breath, Dragon Maw, Marktanen Flourish, Abyssal Fang, Omni Slash, Azura Onslaught, Marktanen Scale, Soaring Assault, Abyss Grip, Brimbolt Race, Skewer, and Ember skill. And for each skill, as always you can choose any skill effect same as other skill, but just different number for each effect for each skill. Okay, that's all skill detail preview for this Drakania class until her succession. And let me know on this comment section about your thought about her combat skill. And feel free to ask anything about this Drakania class. I will try to answer all your question on this video comment section about this Drakania class while I still have access on Global Lab server for testing this this class. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. And also my current member, Dubiadut, Jimmy Snake, Doki, Renegades X, Angel, Homie, Ayrton, Killsteel, Wemi, Clouty, Moonpai BDO, Jan Andres, Token R42, Kaimana, Humeri, Demonite, Cozy, Vandorin, Magnum Sklong, Henry, Populatus, S Gold member, and also all my silver and bronze member. Thank you so much for all your direct support. This will make Chris Poly channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video, depend on your support level. And be noticed, for some level there are have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video. I already put card for Patreon link. Okay guys, that's all detail info for Drakania skill. Hope this video can be useful for you. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.